Have you ever felt trapped in an endless cycle of fatigue, as if your vital energy were being drained with each passing day? That feeling of waking up exhausted in the morning, dragging yourself through your daily commitments, while observing others around you, seemingly full of vitality and purpose. It's as if there's an invisible barrier between you and the source of energy that nourishes the universe, a profound disconnect that no matter how hard you try, seems impossible to overcome. Days merge into weeks, weeks into months, and gradually you begin to accept this state as your new normal, as if fatigue were an intrinsic part of your being. The weight of this fatigue isn't just physical, but penetrates the deepest layers of your existence, affecting your relationships, your creativity, and your ability to find joy in the little things in life. Nights become moments of reflection on all the things you couldn't accomplish due to lack of energy, and mornings bring the anxiety of another day of struggling against this seemingly causeless exhaustion. You've tried countless superficial solutions, new diets, promising supplements, time management techniques, but nothing seems to address the root of the problem. It's as if you're trying to fill a container with water, unaware of the hole at its base. This feeling of being disconnected from the primordial source of cosmic energy may seem like a permanent condition, an immutable feature of your current existence. I deeply understand this journey you are on. This energetic disconnect is not just your imagination or a personal failing, but a reflection of a broader imbalance that many of us experience in the contemporary world. We live in a society that values constant doing over being, that bombards us with information and stimuli without teaching us how to process and integrate these experiences. Your struggle is not a solitary one, though it may often feel that way. This feeling of being energetically misaligned is an experience shared by countless people who walk alongside you on this human journey. The fatigue you feel is not simply the result of sleepless nights or overwork, but a sign that your soul is seeking a deeper reconnection with the universal source of energy. Your body, in its infinite wisdom, is communicating a fundamental truth, that the path you have been following is not in harmony with your highest purpose. This is not a failure, but an awakening, an invitation to rediscover your true nature as a being of light and infinite energy. There is a transformative truth that few fully understand. You are not merely a passive receiver of energy, but a conscious co-creator of your energy field. Just as a river is not separate from the ocean, you are not separate from the universal consciousness that permeates all existence. What we perceive as energetic blockages are, in reality, opportunities for a deeper understanding of our true potential. Imagine that each cell in your body is like a small power plant, constantly communicating with the field of infinite intelligence that sustains all life. When we learn to tune into this intelligence, we open channels to a limitless flow of vitality and well-being. This is not a distant promise or an abstract concept, but a tangible reality that can be experienced through specific practices that reconnect body, mind, and spirit to their original source energy. In the next few minutes, I will share with you a teaching that has revolutionized my own understanding of energy and transformed the lives of thousands of people around the world. This isn't just another superficial technique or temporary solution, but a fundamental shift in how you relate to the universal energy that sustains all existence. I will guide you through a journey of rediscovery, where each insight will act as a key that unlocks new levels of vitality and presence. By the end of this experience, you will not only understand the principles that govern your energy field, but will also have practical tools to permanently transform your relationship with the vital energy that flows through you and the universe. This is an opportunity to transcend the limitations that have kept you trapped in patterns of exhaustion and disconnection, reawakening to your essential nature as a being of infinite energetic potential. In the ancient Vedic tradition, there is a fundamental concept known as prana, the life force that animates all existence. This is not just a philosophical idea, but an experiential reality that can be cultivated and expanded through awareness. When we understand that our energy is not something we possess, but something we are in our deepest essence, we begin to realize that chronic fatigue and feelings of depletion are symptoms of a more fundamental imbalance in our connection with the cosmic source of energy. Our physical body, our thoughts, and emotions are manifestations of this primordial energy. And when we learn to harmonize these different aspects of our being, we naturally become more efficient conductors of this infinite life force. The transformation I am about to share with you does not require years of study or complex esoteric practices, but rather a shift in perspective and the implementation of simple techniques that can be integrated into your daily life. This is an invitation to rediscover your nature as a being of pure consciousness and infinite energy, transcending the limitations that have obscured your inner light. Quantum physics shows us that, at the most fundamental level, we are fields of energy and information in constant interaction with an infinite universe of possibilities. Everything we perceive as solid matter, including our physical body, is actually energy vibrating at different frequencies. When we understand this profound truth, we begin to realize that our energetic state is not determined by external circumstances, but by how we direct our consciousness and intention. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to radiate vitality even when facing challenging circumstances, while others seem drained even when everything in their outer life seems to be in order? This difference is not the result of luck or genetics, but of a conscious or unconscious alignment with the universal principles that govern the flow of energy. When we learn to recognize the patterns of thought, emotion, and behavior that block this natural flow, we open space for a profound transformation in our experience of vitality and well-being. What you will experience in the next few minutes is a map for navigating this inner territory, rediscovering your innate connection with the infinite source of energy that sustains all life. Have you ever wondered why some experiences seem to energize us, while others leave us completely exhausted, even when they require the same amount of time and physical effort? The answer lies in the quality of our attention and our connection to the present moment. When we are fully present, aligned with our deepest purpose, energy flows naturally, effortlessly. This state of conscious presence is not something we need to create or achieve, but rather our essential nature. Obscured by layers of conditioning and identification with limiting thought patterns, imagine your energy as a river. When there are obstructions in its path, the water becomes stagnant and loses its vitality. Similarly, when we allow worries about the past or anxieties about the future to dominate our consciousness, we create blocks to the natural flow of vital energy. The techniques I will share with you are how to remove these obstructions, allowing the river of vital energy to flow freely again, restoring your connection to the infinite source of vitality that is your birthright. I'd like to pause now and ask, have you ever felt that moment of profound energetic depletion, when it seems like nothing in the world could restore your vitality? What was that experience like for you, and what have you tried to do to overcome it? This is a time to honestly reflect on your energetic journey. I recognize that each person has a unique experience with their energetic patterns, and validating that experience is the first step toward transformation. There are no right or wrong answers here, only your personal truth that deserves to be honored. If you feel comfortable, I'd like to invite you to share in the comments, "My biggest struggle with energy is ... double quotes, followed by your personal experience." By sharing your story, you not only begin your own healing process, but also create a safe space for others experiencing similar challenges. Our community grows stronger through this shared vulnerability, and your comment may be exactly what someone needed to read today to feel like they're not alone on their journey. Remember, transformation often begins when we name our experiences and bring them into the light of shared consciousness. Each of us exists as an energy field in constant interaction with the greater field of universal consciousness. This is not merely a poetic metaphor, but a reality confirmed by both ancient wisdom traditions and the most recent discoveries of quantum physics. When we grasp this fundamental truth, we begin to realize that our experience of fatigue or vitality is not primarily determined by external factors, but by how we relate to this field of infinite possibilities. Imagine each thought as a vibration that propagates through this field, attracting experiences that resonate with its energetic frequency. Thoughts of scarcity, fear, and separation create a vibrational pattern that literally contracts our energy field, resulting in the subjective experience of fatigue and depletion. Conversely, thoughts of abundance, love, and interconnectedness expand this field, allowing a freer flow of vital energy. This is not a simplistic cause and effect relationship, but a complex dance of consciousness and energy occurring on multiple levels simultaneously. There is a concept in the Ayurvedic tradition known as oyas, which can be translated as our most refined reserve of vital energy. Unlike the energy we use for everyday activities, oyas is the sustaining source of our immunity, creativity, and spiritual well-being. In the modern world, many of us are constantly draining this vital reserve without allowing enough time for its regeneration. Every time we react with stress to a situation, every moment we lose ourselves in worries about the future or ruminations about the past, we are unconsciously diminishing our reserve of ojas. The good news is that we can consciously cultivate and increase this vital energy through specific practices that harmonize body, mind, and spirit. When we learn to live in a state of mindful presence, every moment becomes an opportunity to revitalize our being rather than drain it. This shift in perspective is the foundation of lasting energetic transformation. Breathing is perhaps the most direct bridge between consciousness and energy, between mind and body. In Sanskrit, the word for breath, prana, is the same as that used for vital energy, indicating the profound connection between these two aspects of existence. When we breathe shallowly and unconsciously, as many of us do most of the time, we limit not only our body's oxygenation, but also the flow of this universal vital energy. The practice of conscious breathing, or pranayama, is one of the most powerful tools for reconfiguring our energy field. A simple change in the quality of our breathing can instantly transform our state of consciousness and, by extension, our energetic pattern. Imagine each inhalation as an invitation for cosmic energy to enter your being, filling every cell with renewed vitality. Each exhalation becomes an opportunity to release tensions, blockages, and energetic patterns that no longer serve your highest good. This rhythmic dance between receiving and releasing creates a harmonious pulse that gradually synchronizes your personal energy field with the broader rhythms of the universe. Our physical body is an incredibly sophisticated system of energy centers and channels, known in the yogic tradition as chakras and nadis. Although invisible to the naked eye, these aspects of our subtle anatomy can be directly experienced through conscious attention. When our energy flows freely through these channels, we experience a natural state of vitality, clarity, and well-being. However, chronic patterns of stress, unresolved trauma, and limiting conditioning can create blockages in this system, resulting in the experience of energetic stagnation. Through specific meditation and visualization practices, we can consciously direct our attention to these energy centers, dissolving blockages and restoring the natural flow of vital energy. This is not a mystical or esoteric process, but a practical application of the principle that energy follows attention. Where we focus our awareness, energy naturally flows, bringing vitality and harmony to that area of our being. One of the most transformative discoveries in my own journey was realizing that our relationship with energy is not a matter of quantity, but of quality of consciousness. Many of us operate under the paradigm that we constantly need to acquire or accumulate more energy, as if it were a limited resource that we can deplete. This perspective keeps us trapped in a cycle of seeking and exhaustion, always chasing the next source of vitality. The deeper truth is that we are, at our core, beings of infinite energy. What we experience as fatigue or depletion is not a true lack of energy, but a temporary disconnection from the infinite source that is our essential nature. When we shift our perspective from scarcity to abundance, from separation to interconnection, we naturally open ourselves to experiencing ever higher levels of vitality. This shift in consciousness is not something we do once and for all, but an ongoing practice of remembering and realigning with our true nature as beings of pure consciousness and unlimited energy. In Eastern wisdom traditions, there is an understanding that our habitual thought patterns create energetic grooves, known as samskaras, which tend to channel our energy in specific directions. These patterns can be compared to a river that, over time, carves its own channel in the earth. The more water flows through this channel, the deeper the channel becomes, and the more difficult it becomes for the river to change its course. Similarly, our habitual patterns of thought, emotion, and behavior create preferred pathways for the flow of our vital energy. The good news is that, through the practice of mindfulness and conscious intention, we can literally reconfigure these energetic patterns. This is not an overnight transformation, but a gradual process of consciously redirecting our energy, creating new pathways that are more aligned with our well-being and higher purpose. Each time we consciously choose to respond rather than react to a situation, each time we bring our attention back to the present moment, when the mind wanders, we are strengthening these new energetic patterns. A powerful practice for transforming your energy field is what I call the cosmic energy bath. This simple yet profound meditation involves visualizing yourself immersed in an ocean of revitalizing light and energy, allowing every cell of your body to absorb this infinite vitality. Begin by sitting comfortably with your spine erect, allowing your breathing to become smooth and natural. With each inhale, Imagine you are breathing not just air, but pure cosmic energy, visualized as a radiant golden light. Feel this light first filling your lungs, then spreading through your bloodstream to every organ, every tissue, and every cell of your body. With each exhale, visualize the release of any dense or stagnant energy, any tension or fatigue that no longer serves your highest good. Continue this process for a few minutes, gradually expanding your awareness to include not only your physical body, but your wider energy field, extending several meters around you in all directions. Feel the boundaries between your personal field and the universal field gradually dissolving, until you experience the truth that there is no real separation between you and the infinite source of energy that sustains all life. Another transformative tool for reconfiguring your energetic pattern is the practice of sankalpa, or conscious intention. Unlike an ordinary goal, a sankalpa is formulated as a positive affirmation in the present tense, acknowledging a deeper truth that already exists, rather than something we need to achieve or acquire in the future. For example, instead of saying "I will increase my energy," a sankalpa could be "I am a perfect conduit for the infinite flow of cosmic energy." This subtle difference in language creates a profound shift in how we relate to our energetic experience. By affirming this truth as already existing, we begin to align our consciousness with this reality, allowing it to manifest more fully in our lived experience. The ideal time to plant the seed of your sankalpa is during the first moments of waking and the last moments before falling asleep, when the mind is naturally most receptive and the boundaries between conscious and subconscious are most fluid. Repeat your sankalpa internally with feeling and conviction, allowing the words to be infused with the energy of your deepest intention. The quality of our energy is profoundly influenced by the nature of our relationships, both with other human beings and with the wider environment. Every interaction is essentially an exchange of energy, and some of these exchanges are naturally revitalizing, while others can be subtly draining. Developing discernment about the energetic quality of our relationships is not an act of judgment, but a practice of conscious self-care. Notice how you feel after spending time with different people or in different environments. Is there a feeling of expansion, lightness, and renewed vitality, or a sense of contraction, heaviness, and depletion? This awareness allows us to make more intentional choices about where and with whom we invest our precious energy. At the same time, we can develop energetic protection practices, creating a field of clarity and integrity that allows us to remain centered in our own truth, even in challenging environments. A simple technique is to visualize yourself enveloped in a sphere of radiant light before entering potentially draining situations, setting the intention that this light will filter out any energy that is not in alignment with your highest good, allowing only exchanges that nourish and revitalize your being. Our relationship with time is another crucial factor that influences our energetic experience. In ordinary consciousness, we tend to experience time as a straight line, moving inexorably from past to future. This mental model creates a feeling of constant pressure, an endless race against the clock that systematically drains our vitality. In the deeper wisdom traditions, however, there is an understanding that time is actually cyclical and multidimensional, with moments of expansion and contraction, activity and rest. When we learn to synchronize our lives with these natural rhythms, rather than resisting them, our energy flows much more easily and abundantly. A simple practice is to consciously observe the energetic cycles in your own experience throughout the day. Are there moments when you naturally feel more alert and vital? Periods when your creativity seems to flow effortlessly? Intervals when your body craves rest and regeneration? By honoring these inner rhythms, rather than forcing your being to conform to rigid external expectations, you naturally come into greater harmony with your innate energetic pattern. Mindful eating is a powerful practice for transforming your energy field, as each food we consume carries its own vibrational signature that interacts directly with our energy system. In the Ayurvedic tradition, foods are categorized not only by their nutritional profile but also by their energetic qualities, or gunasattvic foods, such as organically grown fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, promote clarity, lightness, and sustained vitality. Rajasic foods, such as hot spices, coffee, and overly stimulating foods, can provide a temporary energy boost but often lead to a subsequent crash. Tamasic foods, such as processed, fried, or stale foods, tend to promote lethargy, heaviness, and energetic stagnation. This isn't a matter of morality or rigid rules, but of awareness and informed choice. By developing sensitivity to how different foods affect your specific energy field, you can make more intentional choices that support your well-being and vitality. A transformative practice is to eat in silence, at least occasionally, paying full attention to the sensations, flavors, and energies of the food you are consuming, transforming each meal into a nourishing meditation. Connecting with nature is one of the most direct and powerful ways to recharge and harmonize your energy field. The natural elements earth, water, fire, air, and space are in constant interaction with our own energetic system, offering a revitalizing balm for the imbalance created by our modern lifestyle. Spending time barefoot directly in contact with the earth, a process known as grounding, allows excess electrical charge to be naturally released from the body, reducing inflammation and restoring balance to the nervous system. Immersing yourself in natural waters, such as oceans, rivers, or lakes, not only cleanses our energy field, but also connects us with the element that makes up the majority of our physical body. Observing the hypnotic movement of fire, whether in a bonfire or a simple candle, has a naturally meditative effect that calms the agitated mind and restores energetic clarity. Breathing fresh, pure air, especially in natural environments rich in negative ions, such as forests or near waterfalls, literally revitalizes every cell in our bodies. And allowing ourselves moments of vastness and open space, gazing at the infinite sky or the distant horizon, naturally expands our field of consciousness beyond everyday concerns, reconnecting us with broader dimensions of our being. A powerful practice for resetting your energetic pattern is the conscious awakening ritual. The first moments after waking set the energetic tone for the rest of the day, offering a precious opportunity to consciously align with higher vibrations. Instead of immediately reaching for your phone or immersing yourself in worries about the day's tasks, reserve these first moments for a practice that nourishes your energetic field. This can be as simple as a few minutes of conscious breathing, a brief period of meditation, or the repetition of your personal sanctum. One ritual I've found particularly transformative is what I call the morning light bath. Before even opening your eyes, visualize yourself immersed in an ocean of radiant golden light, feeling this light penetrating every cell of your body, dissolving any residual density or fatigue, and preparing your energetic field for a day of clarity and vitality. Complement this practice with a glass of warm water with lemon, which not only hydrates your body after the nighttime dehydration period, but also gently kickstarts your digestive system, releasing toxins and preparing your physical body to receive nourishment. Conscious movement is another essential tool for reconfiguring your energetic pattern, releasing blockages and stagnation that naturally accumulate in the physical body. Practices such as yoga, tai chi, and qigong were specifically developed to harmonize the subtle energy systems, creating a freer flow of prana or qi through the body's energy channels. Even more conventional forms of exercise, when performed with full presence and conscious intention, can have a profoundly transformative effect on your energy field. The secret lies in the quality of attention we bring to movement, not just its form or intensity. When we move our body with full awareness, each gesture becomes a dance of energy, an expression of the infinite intelligence that animates all life. A simple yet powerful practice is to perform a brief sequence of conscious movements whenever you feel your energy waning throughout the day. This can be as simple as a few deliberate stretches, a brief mindful walk, or even a few moments of free, expressive dance. Movement literally moves the energy, dissolving blockages and stagnation, and restoring a sense of flow and vitality. Our thoughts and emotions are not just subjective experiences, but energetic events that have a direct impact on our vibrational field. Every thought we entertain, every emotion we experience, creates a specific wave of energy that reverberates through our being. Thoughts of gratitude, appreciation, and unconditional love naturally expand and elevate our energy field, while thoughts of fear, resentment, and self-criticism tend to contract and lower our vibration. A transformative practice is what I call a mindful mental diet, where we become progressively more selective about the mental and emotional content we allow into our consciousness. Just as we become more conscious of the foods that nourish our physical body, we can develop discernment about the thoughts and emotions that nourish our energetic body. This doesn't mean denying or suppressing negative emotions. which would only create more energetic blockages, but rather learning to process all emotions with compassionate awareness, allowing them to flow through our being without getting stuck in patterns of rumination or resistance. Practicing gratitude is one of the simplest and most powerful ways to instantly elevate your energy field. When we enter a state of genuine appreciation, we activate the heart energy center, which acts as an amplifier for our entire energy system. Scientific studies show that the electromagnetic field generated by the heart is approximately 60 times stronger in amplitude than that generated by the brain and can be measured several meters away from the body. When we consciously cultivate feelings of gratitude and appreciation, this field becomes more coherent and harmonious, affecting not only our own well-being, but also positively influencing the environment and the people around us. A transformative practice is what I call gratitude contemplation, where we set aside a few minutes each, morning and evening, to consciously focus on aspects of our life for which we are genuinely grateful. Instead of a superficial list of items, allow yourself to truly feel gratitude in your heart, letting this emotion expand and fill your entire energy field. With regular practice, you will begin to notice a subtle but profound shift in your everyday energetic experience, with states of appreciation and contentment arising more naturally and frequently. Silence is an essential nutrient for our energy field, often neglected in the modern world, saturated with noise and constant stimulation. When we allow our minds to settle into stillness, we naturally resonate with more subtle dimensions of our being, accessing deeper reservoirs of revitalizing energy. Regularly practicing periods of conscious silence, whether through formal meditation or simply creating intervals of stillness throughout the day, allows our nervous system to recalibrate and our energy field to harmonize. One transformative practice is what I call sacred pauses, where several times a day, regardless of how busy you are, you consciously interrupt the flow of activity for a moment of complete presence. This can be as brief as 30 seconds, but in this interval, you allow your full attention to rest on the immediate experience of the present moment, temporarily letting go of all concerns about the past or future. These micro-practices, when integrated consistently throughout the day, create a cumulative effect of renewed clarity and vitality, gradually transforming your habitual energetic pattern. An often overlooked aspect of energy management is the quality of our physical environment. The spaces we inhabit are not neutral containers, but dynamic fields of energy that constantly interact with our own energy field. In the feng shui tradition, there is an understanding that energy, or qi, flows through our spaces in specific ways, potentially stagnating in certain areas or flowing very rapidly in others. By simplifying these ancient traditions for practical application, we can consciously create environments that support and amplify our vitality. Start by observing how you feel in different areas of your home or workplace. Are there spaces that naturally energize and inspire you? Are others that seem to drain your vitality or create subtle discomfort? This awareness is the first step to transforming your energetic environment. Simple practices include decluttering regularly, allowing energy to flow more freely, incorporating natural elements such as live plants, crystals, or water, consciously using colors and lighting to create the desired energetic effect, and periodically energetically cleanse your space through practices such as burning sage or Palo Santo, using sounds such as bells or Tibetan singing bowls, or simply opening windows to allow fresh air to circulate. One of the most transformative insights in my personal journey was the understanding that our energy is not something we need to constantly acquire or accumulate from external sources, but a natural flow that manifests when we remove the internal obstacles to its expression. In other words, chronic fatigue and feelings of depletion are often symptoms of internal resistance, of unresolved tensions and contradictions within our being. When we learn to identify and release these internal blocks, our natural energy flows abundantly, effortlessly. A powerful practice to facilitate this process of release is what I call conscious surrender, where we regularly create space to let go completely, surrendering all effort, all resistance, all need to control or manipulate our experience. This can be done through formal meditation, where we consciously relax every part of the body, release every tension in the mind, and open completely to the present moment exactly as it is. Or it can be integrated into daily life through micro-moments of surrender, where in the midst of a stressful or challenging activity, we consciously release the tension we are holding, allowing a quality of fluidity and grace to enter our experience. This practice of letting go is not a passive resignation, but an active participation in the dance of energy that is life. As we near the end of this journey of energetic rediscovery, I would like to share a fundamental truth that has the power to permanently transform your relationship with energy. You are, at your deepest essence, a being of pure consciousness and infinite energy. What we experience as energetic limitations are merely temporary identifications with more superficial aspects of our being. When we transcend these limiting identifications and recognize our true nature as unlimited consciousness, we naturally open ourselves to experiencing ever higher levels of vitality, creativity, and well-being. The practices I have shared with you on this journey are not just techniques for increasing your energy, but portals to the rediscovery of your true self, beyond all layers of conditioning and limiting beliefs. As you integrate these practices into your daily life, remember that you are not so much developing something new as returning to something that has always been present, like the sun that continues to shine even when temporarily obscured by clouds. Your essential nature is limitless, radiant, and whole. The practices are simply tools to dispel the clouds of forgetfulness and reconnect with this fundamental truth. Now, as we conclude this shared experience, I want to express my deep gratitude for taking this time to explore and expand your energetic field. The fact that you have come this far is already a testament to your commitment to your own growth and well-being. This is not the end of a journey, but the beginning of a new phase in your ongoing exploration of energy and consciousness. You have taken important steps toward reconnecting with your essential nature as a being of light and infinite energy. Remember that genuine transformation does not happen through sudden, dramatic shifts, but through consistent practice and the gradual integration of new energetic patterns. Be patient and compassionate with yourself in this process, celebrating each small step forward while maintaining a clear vision of the unlimited potential that is gradually unfolding within you. If this exploration resonated with you, and you wish to continue deepening your understanding and experience of energy as the fundamental source of life, I invite you to join our community of dedicated seekers by subscribing to this channel. Each week, we share new insights, practices, and explorations designed to expand our collective consciousness and raise our vibrational frequency. When you subscribe, you're not only accessing regular content that nourishes your spiritual growth, but also joining a field of shared consciousness where your insights and experiences contribute to the evolution of all of us. This is a path we travel together, supporting each other as we awaken to ever higher dimensions of our infinite potential. Just as a drop of water is not separate from the ocean, you are not separate from the universal consciousness that permeates all existence. By subscribing to this channel, you strengthen your conscious connection to this infinite source of wisdom, energy, and love. As a flower naturally turns to the sun to receive its nourishing light, I invite you to regularly turn to these practices and teachings as a source of inspiration and renewal on your journey of self-discovery. Thank you for your presence, your attention, and your willingness to explore the limitless frontiers of your own being. Together, we are creating a world where each of us lives in the full expression of our radiant potential.